my life from negative to positive. I just want y'all to know that. And
You know,
tonight,
what does that mean to you, failing, and what do you tell them about failing?
So I came up with a slogan, and I tell it to my kids all the time. I say, there's no losing, only learning. There's no failure, only opportunities. And there's no problems, only solutions. So to me, what failure is the mother of all success. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan getting cut from his 9th grade basketball team, he wouldn't have became Michael Jordan. You know, if it wasn't for, I seen an article the other day where they were talking about Oprah Winfrey and how she got fired because she wasn't good for television. You know, you got people like Walt Disney who got fired, if I'm not mistaken, from a newspaper saying he had no imagination. ¿Tú me entiendes lo que te estoy diciendo? These are the same people that I got to deal with. Tell me what's not a hit record.
Right.
So
what do you tell them? You tell them,
you know that all they can do is learn and come back bigger, better, stronger. Because all it's going to do is lead you in the right direction. See, if you're always winning, then you don't really understand what it is to win. You got to take those losses. You got to take those hits. There's got to be the valleys, the peaks, the ups, the downs. In order for you to, when it does happen, you go, wow, qué rico. You know, this is what it's all about. And not only that, it's never about making it, guys. It's always about maintaining it. That's the toughest part. So to anybody here that feels that they left losing something, no, all you did was gain. And not only did you gain, understand they say that to be wise is to know what you don't know. So therefore, coming here and not knowing certain things that maybe didn't lead you to the prize, but in the grand scheme of things, 10 years from now, God knows what the grand prize may be, 3 to 5 years from now. I mean, technology is moving so quick. 6 months from now.
I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Things that are meant to happen will. And if you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself. To the point that you can become good enough. Like from 97, like when I started writing, it was full time. Like every day I was writing music because I had no choice. If I was gonna stop hustling, then how was I gonna provide or continue the lifestyle that I created for my son's mom, my son, and myself?
I'm always fascinated, whether it's you or Jay-Z, and there are any number of examples, but I'm talking to you and I'm glad you're here. I'm always curious as to where and how you develop the business acumen. I mean, it's one thing to sit and, and writing isn't easy, don't get me wrong. I respect the writing. But when you do the writing, you start, selling records, but then you do this project, you got this project, and you own this, and you own this, and you're doing vitamin water, and you got cologne, and you got this. How do you develop that kind of business acumen?
Well, when you don't see limits, because like if you're coming from a space where you're actually ambitious, I don't think ambition is a learned behavior. I think it's a part of a person's natural character. So I'll always, no matter what I accomplish, you're gonna see me back at your show saying, I think I got another idea, I can make this work. You know what I mean? Like, and you're gonna be like, this guy just won't stop. But I'm telling you in advance, you'll see me again. But like,
I think that means that 50 just booked himself on the show again. That's what I think that means. But go ahead.
Yeah, but I'll always find a new goal set for myself and work towards accomplishing it, because that's what really excites me. That's what makes me happy. Like when it works. A lot of times there's nothing around to support it. It's just me. Like even vitamin water deal was one of the best deals I've been associated with, and there was nothing around to support that idea except my actual lifestyle.
All right.
Because I gained weight. A lot of people don't even know I gained weight during the tour from Get Rich or Die Trying to the Massacre. If you look at the cover of the Massacre, I actually had to draw the muscles back on. I turned into a little fat guy. I said, yo, give me a pen. I drew over the top of the picture and put it out as the actual album cover because those lines wasn't there anymore.
So the vitamin water.
Yeah, that was a substitute for soda, a healthier option for me at that point.
And it turned into a $100 million deal.
I went and I explored the possibility of being a part of the company, and they were open to it.
Wow. The book, Robert Greene's been on this show, and I'm a fan of his work. I think he's a great writer. Tell me about this book, The 50th Law.
I had a chance to read Robert's 48 Laws of Power and the 33 Strategies of War, and then I got into The Art of Seduction, his book. And when I got to the middle of it, I said, I gotta meet this guy, man. Because there's extreme differences in material. And then when I met him, I was like, wow, like he's not exactly what I thought he was, because the guy in The Art of Seduction had to be Billy D. Williams, and the guy from 33 Strategies of War was almost Napoleon.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, wow. When I had a chance to talk to him, I found out that we had similar views on business and how he did the research on all those people. He knew so much fluently about the historical figures that we run parallels to in the actual book that he was saying in conversation. It just made him so intriguing to me that I started to talk to him and hang out with him, and we started collaborating to create this book in 2006. So we worked on it for a pretty long time.
I remember taking my music up to a record label. I was probably like 19, and I thought it was like the dopest stuff out. I'm like ready, like, yeah, I got me a big label meeting, and I get there, press play, and the A&R was like, nah, that's not it. Listen to this artist. And this was the artist that was hot at the time, you know? And I was like, okay. He's like, go back, make one of these songs right here. And I was like, all right. Boom, went back, made another one of them songs. Press play, he's like, well, this song is out now, so you probably gotta make it one of these records now, you know, because this is number one. And what it made me feel like I wasn't good enough, you know, because every time I come back, you know, I'm a kid, I don't know. You know, you think of record labels as you made it, you know, so every time I come back, I feel like I'm not worthy. And it was devastating because it put me back in the threshold, like, am I built for this? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I good enough? You know, so it was devastating at the time, but I'm glad it happened because it gave me my own avenue of doing what I feel is right, rather than being compromised to what other people's standards are. And it gave me my separation. It made me unique. It made me Kendrick Lamar.
How did you get comfortable with your musical stylings when there were people telling you legitimately or illegitimately that you're whack?
I love that. What a great question.
How did you?
It's just perseverance, and it's knowing, like, so the biggest thing that you have to understand is, like, or I had to understand is, I don't make music for people that don't like it. Right? Like, you don't do this show for the people that are like, oh, I don't agree with that or this or that. And it's like, cool, you don't have to agree, but we don't have to argue about it.
Right.
So for me, when I came to the realization about acceptance, when I stopped looking for acceptance in others, when I stopped going on Twitter to see people go, oh, you're great, you're good. I know I'm great, I know I'm good, I know I'm talented, I know I'm amazing, I know I'm special, just like you, just like the people watching. That is a real thing. And once I knew that, and I could tell myself that, that's when I truly found that balance, you know? So for me, now that's not even where my mind is when it comes to an album like this, because it's like, I didn't make the music stylistically for somebody who's not going to enjoy it. If you don't like it, that's cool, whatever. Like, you're not invited to this party. Everybody the millions of people around the world who are here, and I'm so happy because that's who I made the music for.